peoples of the internet. It is Bella here with another video. Say hello, Benunu. He's ignoring me. He's shy. Okay, so the whole point of this video today is the creepy stuff that has happened in my house. It's ghostly experiences, and what has influenced this video is is we went to St. Augustine and we went on a ghost tour. Woohoo, ghost tour. And yes. And we saw stuff on this ghost tour. Now, I'm not going to say that I believe in ghosts, and I'm not going to say that I don't believe in ghosts, but it sure as heck is funny not funny. It's fun to tell ghost stories, so I'm going to share with you my awesome ghost stories and paranormal experiences that I've had. And here we go, people, into the world of crazy ghost stuff. And let's go. And so we were in St. Augustine, and what happened was we went on a ghost tour. I've been on one ghost tour before. It was in New Orleans, and I highly suggest if you go to a city that's old and it does have ghost tours, go on one. It's awesome. So anyways, my mom was taking pictures, and what happened was they were telling this story about this little girl who always is at the gates, and before she died, she always waved, and she died of yellow fever, and she remains at the gate to the city. And my mom was taking pictures because the city's really pretty, and she's all like, woohoo, just taking pictures. And she didn't move the camera, and she just kept on taking pictures, and there across the screen was these misty orbs that just seemed to go like this across the picture. And it was creepy. And she didn't think it was anything until the photographs got passed around. And this guy, he caught this thing on camera from 8 years ago, and it was the same exact image as my mom had captured that night. And this other dude was taking pictures on his cell phone. And what? And he was taking pictures, and he got the same thing on his cell phone. And it was creepy, and that can't be a reflection. I have to hurry. Go, dog, go. Sorry, my dog went out of my room. Anyways, yes, that was that ghost story. I have to hurry, because this video, it cuts off quickly. I don't know why. Next thing is experiences that I've had in this house. Okay, so the first experience that I'm going to tell, and I've never had paranormal experiences except when I was a baby, in any other house but this house. But when I was a baby, I used to always, when I used to talk, I'd always say, Mom, if I go upstairs, I'm going to, not come back. There's a ghost in my room. And I was I just learned to talk. So I hadn't watched anything ghostly, and my parents didn't say anything about anything. So that was freaky. That freaked my mom out. It would freak me out if my, 2-year-old daughter started saying, the upstairs is haunted! So, besides that, nothing has ever happened to me that has been paranormal. I'm going to tell you my ghost stories. So, there's this thing. And my basement is where everybody can see outside through the screen door, to the patio outdoors. And we were all chilling, hanging out, and my computer is right next to that door. And all of a sudden, we hear this knocking on the door. And it was 3 knocks like this. So I was like, what's that? Because everybody heard it. And my parents just brushed it off it's just insects. It was a bug. And I'm like, that must be one big bug. So I looked out, and there was it took me a minute to register what this was. It was so creepy. It was this gray misty figure, but it was human looking. It was a guy. You could tell it was a guy. And the only real thing I could make out was his torso, and then it kind of disappeared when it went to his legs, to his knees. There was nothing else when it got to its knees. It just completely vanished. And there was no face. He did not have a face. So, I don't know. He didn't have a face. And I just started screaming because it would start walking, and then it would disappear, and it would begin again at the point that it was walking, so it kept repeating itself. And I'm like, what is going on? So I started like screaming. There was a man outside, and my dad jumped up, ran around like speed of lightning, opened up the door, ran outside, and he didn't see anything. And there's no possible way a guy, like an actual human, and it would still be creepy if it was a human. There's a guy outside, that's creepy. Could jump the fence. And my dad was just looking, and he didn't tell me that he saw the same thing as he was going back to the house. He saw the same thing, and I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about this. And he saw the same thing, and it was creepy. And he hasn't told me until just now. Anyways, I'm getting creeped out. Woo! And this is the next story that I'm gonna tell you all for your enjoyment. The next story, I was home alone, and my mom and my little sister were both out shopping. My dad was at work, and so I was chilling. I was like in my room, and I was like reading a book, just doing things. And what happened is I started hearing noises outside my room. So I'm like, oh, Mom and Gabby must be home. So I went to go look outside. And what happens, there's the bathroom. I'm at the very end of the hallway. There's the bathroom, there's my little sister's room right next to the bathroom, and then across from my sister's room there's the stairs going up into my parents' room. And I was looking like where's Mom? I don't see them. And there I looked up the stairs, and there standing on the stairs was a girl. And I'm like, is that Gabby? Is she in a costume? Because she had like this white lacy dress on, like Victorian. And I'm like, what in the world is that? And she had curly hair, and she was about my little sister's height, like 5 foot. So, she was my sister's height, and she's like, my sister's 5 foot. I didn't actually go up and measure the ghost, so, no. What I did was I completely freaked out, started screaming, ran back into my room, slammed the door, and I was crying for literally an hour and a half, waiting for my mom's or someone to get home, because I was just scared out of my mind. And now that I think about it, it was probably a stupid idea to run into my room, because if ghosts can walk through doors, I'm stuck, because I can't run anywhere. I'm at the end of the hall. There's nowhere leading out of my room. I'm just stuck with the ghost. So that was a stupid idea. Good job, Bella. That's an awesome idea. I would never survive. If there was some sort of killer, I'd die. Anyways, this next story is, and it was at 3 o'clock at nighttime. It was 3 o'clock in the morning at nighttime, yeah. And my door does open on occasion when the air conditioning kicks on. It'll open up, and I have to go over and I shut it. And it opened, and I went over and I shut it, and I'm like, oh, it's just the air conditioning, no biggie. And I went back, and I think I was drawing, I don't know, and it opened up again, and I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of odd. I don't know what that is, but I just went over and I shut it again. The next time it was it opened up wider, and I'm like, that's not right. Why is the door opening like that? It didn't open after the third time, but in the crevice of the door, when the door opened, outside the door, in the creak, was this old man's face. And I'm like, why? I swear I saw an old man's face. And I'm like, what in the world is that? I'm getting goosebumps. And I don't know what it was. But none of these events have ever felt threatening to me. I don't know what it is. My dad has seen the girl, so I'm not crazy. And he saw the guy outside, so that's a relief that I'm not crazy. And I don't know if it's just something that can be explained. Please explain to me what is causing this. There's also been other times we've heard voices in the house. I wasn't in the house at the time, but my parents both heard this voice, and it was a girl's voice. And it was creepy as heck, apparently. And there have been times where in the hallway going down to the basement, not all the time, but you feel like you're being watched and you can see shadows in the corners of your eyes. And this house is not old. It was buried on farmland, but it's not an old house. So, I don't know. I've always thought maybe cuz I was so close to my grandpa when I was little, I'm like, well, maybe it's my grandpa cuz I was really close to him and he passed away. And I'm like, if it's an old man, what if it's my grandpa? And cuz none of them, not even the little girl, felt threatening. So I'm like, who are these people that are just popping up? I don't know. I've had this dream when I was 6 or 5. I don't know, I was really young. And it was I don't know, it was a reoccurring dream that I would always have, and I don't know why. But it's just a really creepy dream, and I don't know why I remember this dream and think it's a special dream, but it's just the one kind of thing that I know, in the dream it's my grandpa, and I'm like, what if it's just him saying, what's up, dude? Haven't seen you in a while. I hope it's my grandpa. I mean, I hope it's not some creepy old guy that's just creeping on me or my family. That'd be kind of weird. So, I don't know what it is. In the dream when I was little, it was always in the hallway. And my mom has had when she was a little kid, that hallway always freaked her out at grandma's house. And the chandelier when she was home alone actually started swinging back and forth in that hallway that I had the dream of. And I'm like, oh. She's like, why is it always that hallway? When I was talking about it, and I'm like, and it's the silhouette, and the only light that's coming in is through this window that's in the bathroom, and it's right there by underneath the chandelier, and it freaked her out when I told her that. And it's just a silhouette, but I never feel really scared of it. It's just there, and I know it's my grandpa. I don't know what it is, but I know it's him in that dream, so it's weird. So if you've had any paranormal experiences, please share in the comments below. This video went on longer than I intended, but I don't know what this is. And I don't believe in ghosts. I don't want to be called a freak, and weird stuff has happened. I don't know how to explain them, but it sure is fun to talk about. It makes awesome stories. So I love a good ghost story. Share in the comments if you've had ghost stories, awesome ghost stories you'd like to share. Or explain to me what's going on in my house. Dislike, I don't care. As long as you watch the video, I'm happy with you. I love you. And I shall see you later. Goodbye.